think about the people that are standing on our side. And I am going to talk here about people like Senator Padilla, people like Adam Schiff of California, people like Jamie Raskin of Maryland, people like J.B. Pritzker, people like Gavin Newsom. Think of people like the senator from Connecticut, Chris Murphy, who was out early on this issue. And then think about the people who are speaking out against this administration and say to yourself, do you really think that 334 million of us in the United States of America, led by people like that, are going to give up in the face of people like Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller and Donald Trump? And that if we stand against them, that we're going to lose. And I think the answer to that has to be no. And I think the reason that the answer has to be no is because if you look at our past and you look at the moments like this, and you think about people like Fannie Lou Hamer, who was a sharecropper, who was beaten almost to death for trying to vote and register people to vote. And you think about people like Abraham Lincoln, who was a corporate lawyer who stepped up to protect democracy. Or you think about Dwight Eisenhower, a kid from the farm, who almost lost his leg when he was 16 to an infection, but he insisted they keep his leg because he wanted to play football. It was his only way he was going to get to college, and that he showed up to defend democracy. And you think about, the people who stepped up to protect disability rights and gay rights, and you think about all those heroes in our past who didn't have money necessarily and who didn't have educations, some of whom couldn't walk. One of the big disability rights activists was a quadriplegic. You think about those people and everything that they had going against them. And then you think about us and everything we have going for us. And I just don't see how you look at that equation and think we're not going to win. So I hope that gives you some hope, because it's a bleak day, but I still think that calling it out and making sure now that people understand what really is going on is going to bring more, not less, people into the fray. And it's going to give us even more muscle to face what, as I say, is going to be a hard summer.